If ever there was a way, if ever there was a reason, I'd stay. Because what I need is in the arms and the faces I see every day. If ever there was a care, if ever there was an inkling of faith in the way life could be, I'd put my hope in the home where my heart is. And don't it always seem to go that you don't know, no, you don't know what you've got till you go in. Because $1.25 just ain't worth the admission price of what we know should be free.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Toadland 20th Anniversary Party Gathering. My name is Kirill and I've lived here since 2011. Right now I'm a little bit stressed. We're all here, it's 4 o'clock, the party was supposed to start at 3. It's just us and a lot of rice and beans. So tension is starting to rise.
I'm Eli and I'm the newest Toad Lane member. I've been here since January 1st, 2014.
What do you think so far, Eli?
It's pretty good. Good location, fun people. Potentially party guests.
And I'm making rice right now. Pretty excited about it.
Very good, Rick.
How long have you lived here?
Hi. My name is Tings. I've lived here for 4 years.
Tell us about the video we're going to watch things.
It's really cheesy and it'll be good.
Hey, I'm Alexandra. I've lived here since September last year. Yeah, and I really like living here.
Hey, Beta.
Hey, I'm Vita. I've lived here 2.5 years and I'm making cookies.
I'm Jason, I've lived here since 2012. And I'm washing a cup.
And my name's Tristan. I've lived here since Don't hold the camera that way.
Sorry!
I've lived here since 2008, which is a long time, and I'm really excited about this reunion. It's going to be great to see everybody from many years gone past. Welcome to our video.
Shall we sing the Toadland chant?
What's that?
What?
Toadland! Toad... No.
Woo!
Trying to hold me for something.
This is the green room. Soon to be filled with many people.
What are you looking at, Eli?
I appear to be looking at the official Toad Lane high quality penmanship red leather bound scrapbook.
What do you think about it?
Well, having only just opened it and glanced at writing that I'm not particularly interested in reading right now, but just looked at the pictures, it seems like this has a fairly extensive history with annotations and gorgeous penmanship.
And then it ends.
And then it ends.
Pen-personship.
Pen-personship. Is this Toad Lane in the news? Probably. Postcards from afar. Happy New Year. 2009.
Andrew is here.
Oh,
Good to see you guys.
Welcome.
Oh,
Tristan, tell the story of the Canadian Centre
Yeah, so
for
it
Excellence.
it was a potluck, a normal Thursday, and we were all hanging out in the green room, and I got a text or email from my mom.
Probably a letter back in those days.
Yeah, no, basically a letter from my mom saying, Tristan, there's this thing up the street that I think you should go look at, because she's on Craigslist free ads Toronto in Vancouver, and she found that this armoire or whatever it is up the street, and she's like, I think this is close to your house. So I said, oh, okay, well, there was a picture, it didn't look like much. So I said, okay, let's go look at it. A couple people from the potluck went out and looked at it. We decided to bring it back. It was really heavy to carry back, but it's basically a 100-year-old armoire, probably out of an old farmhouse, and we carried it back here, and it became the Canadian Centre for Excellence in Legomology, which was Kevin's idea. It goes in. Just wait till you see this.
It's a mess right now, though, hey?
Not really.
It's fine. This video's not going anywhere.
To actually like read it as you can like finish this part, which is the part we don't want co-op to know in case they aren't cool with it.
That looks classic.
So it's one in, one out.
Look who's here!
Welcome!
Welcome!
Could say their name, what year they lived at Toad Lane, their pronoun preference, and maybe just one word that comes to mind when you think of Toad Lane. So I could start. I don't want to have to look at my name tag. Jason, 2012 to currently, and he or they, and I would say community. Do you want to go, Jake? Go around.
Okay, yeah, so I'm Jake, I guess 2011 till 2013, I think. He, and then I think like potlucks maybe?
Eli. I moved here in January. Winter.
Tristan, I moved in 2008 till present, and one word for Toad Lane, TVP.
Hey, I'm Mark. I lived in Toad Lane from, I think, 2008 to 2011. He or they is fine, but I'd accept she as well. Just generally, I'd answer. I guess, and it's probably the nicest house that I'd ever lived in. Yeah. The common spaces would be my one word.
I'm Kieran, 2011 to present. Food and heat.
I lived here 2011 through 12. I usually go by myself as a he, and oh man, it's so hard. But I thought it was really funny that you guys still remember autonomous action.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
My name is Leanne. I lived here from 2008 till 2011. I've been a she my whole life, and I think of Toad Lane as the place where I grew food for the first time on our balcony. Pascal.
I'm Pascal. I'm a he. I haven't yet lived here. Feel like it's my loss. It seems like a beautiful home, and yeah, I'm just happy to be here now, and I hope to hear some good stories. Thank you.
My name is Sam. I usually go by he or they works as well, or she. I haven't gone she. Also, I don't live at Toad Lane, and I never have, but I live down the street in another Indian house. And
an offshoot of Toad Lane.
An offshoot, yes. And what was the other question? I think that covers it. Oh, and
one
posters.
word. Posters.
That's what summarizes Toad Lane.
My name's Pita. I generally go by she, and if I had to think of one word, I'd say the kitchen, because I feel like everything happens in the kitchen.
Years.
Oh, and I've lived here since 2011.
I'm Julie. I've lived here since 2012 till present. Go by she, and I think one word and consensus.
My name is Ananya. I didn't formally technically ever live here, but I did spend a pretty consistent amount of time between 2007 and 2012. And she, and lots of fun sharing.
My name is Ketan. I've lived here between 2007 and 2012 with Ananya. Stuck with. Work together with. And I go by, I hate this question, he or they, I guess. And the word I would use to describe Toadlane is anchor root.
Pardon? Anchor root.
Hi, I'm Sandra. I currently live here since September. I usually go by she, but they is fine too. And the word would be home.
My name is Tings. She or they. I lived here since 2010 till present. I think I'm stuck between two whether related. I'll just say both. I'm sorry. I can choose sponges or and.
What's one word that summarizes Toadlane for you?
Awesome. That comes to mind. And kimchi. Kimchi probably would be.
Oh yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What a glorious fault it was.
Her name was mentioned in the first video that Ona was talking about, so she's one of the original members. I think she lives in GTA, but I think she has a kid and she said it didn't really work out to come tonight. Maybe she's from BC, I can't remember. Her first part of her email is like similar to what Ona was talking about, was the history of the house and how it started, so I'll skip that because it's pretty much the same as what Ona said. And then she talks about all the people that lived here. So Ono, who's a PhD in physics. It says he loved to torment the Jehovah's Witnesses who regularly came by Toadlane because I think they thought of us all heathen students were going to hell. He once told a pair of witnesses to their faces that he was sitting himself, all the while grinning away with a filled smile. It didn't come by so much after that. Stephanie Sievert, she started a company that was promoting ribs. John Anderson, linguistics, Ryder Ball, teacher training. Elaine Bowen, did somebody mention her earlier? She was from Sarnia. Bo, she can't remember her last name. Matt Hill, seems like he was the founding member. Matt Hill, I recall Matt moving in at some point. Matt was also wicked, such a nice guy. I remember he once physically carried his entire 2-4 beer. Is that heavy to carry?
No.
No.
All the way from the beer store to Toadlane, only to let it slip and fall on the sidewalk just at the house. And at this time they had Puddin the cat, not pudding, but Puddin the cat, and Peanut Butter the lop-eared bunny. Oh. We don't have those anymore. So Toadlane was a very special place for me, and I'll always cherish these seemingly carefree days. Most of us in the house had no relatives nearby, so Toadlane became family. Once a week, someone had to make dinner for everyone, and the meals were generally stellar.
Oh my god, how embarrassing.
It actually seemed appropriate for
Yeah.
the emotion. It was like
Dal, stir fries, lasagna, eggplant, yum. We weren't all officially vegetarians, but the meals were always okay. So maybe it was vegetarian. Okay. Ona once tried to make some dish using endive, and well, it sucked large, but nobody complained. We ate it happily and told her it was awesome. Sorry, Ona, I don't think I've had endive since.
What is that?
What's endives?
Endives.
Oh. Isn't that a plant?
It's like a mini bok choy.
Oh.
Yeah. The neighbor, other side of the duplex, so I think they're talking about
Nana.
wasn't very friendly. I don't think she liked that we were often on the roof. You could get up there by the top deck and the views were killer. We never had any run-ins with her.
She seemed fine with it.
But she wasn't exactly chatty. Ono planted a garden out back and one of the melon plants took off.
Whoa.
And it looked like it was going to turn into Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors someday soon. And come into the house and strangle all of us in our sleep.
That's amazing.
Maybe that's why they never thought we were sketch. We never threw huge parties. The music was always under control. For the most part, we were just a bunch of like-minded students just trying to make a way in the world in a way that was kind, caring, cooperative. There was the occasional recreational drug, but it was the 90s. That was the part of it. One day early in the EM, we were all woken in the AM. We were all woken to a horrendous explosion. We all rushed out to the front deck to see what had happened. Many neighbors had also woken up. A transformer was smoking in the street. We found out later that a squirrel had tried to make a nest in the transformer. And well, you know what happens when they try to do that. Poor little guy. I'm attaching the only photos of that. I'll always remember that house with fond memories. I moved out the next year and into a place with my boyfriend just around the corner from Toad Lane. I finished school and moved to BC. Still, Toad Lane remains solid in my mind. It was good times. I hope the good spirit that was present in the house back in 1994 is still there. It certainly sounds like it. Thanks for the opportunity to share some memories. All the best, Wendy Horan in Nelson, BC.
We had borrowed a projector for a Toad Lane conference that we had from Co-op. And I think we had the projector for an extra day and we'd been watching TV or something on it. And we had this like fund where you're allowed to spend like $500 to improve the house in some way.
Oh, it's really gone down.
Yeah, it was probably much better. So we voted to use it to buy a projector, and it's been like definitely like it changed the house in a really cool way.
Can I just say my memory of the painting of the square? Is that, well, 1 minute Ketan was talking about, oh, we should paint the square, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Second was like, oh, like Tristan, like, do you want to help, or will you help me do it? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. A third minute, Ketan's actually doing it. Like, what? So like, they're just one story, but it's Ketan's a great one for translating theory into action.
Is it just white paint or projector paint?
This guy.
White paint. White paint.
Did you get the rules of order poster?
We made it from an art exhibit.
You made it?
It was an art exhibit to make it, sort of.
What do you mean?
They were burning this wood. It was an art exhibit. It was at the power plant. And it was a big fire oven. And you put, the room was full of furniture. And then they were chopping some of the furniture down and putting it into the stove and burning it and collecting the ash and making ink and then printing with this huge stamp the rules of the order.
Whoa.
And so we made a poster. Kept it forever.
So it's printed from ash?
Yeah, ash.
Wow, I
sheet.
didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. You make it
Needs
with
a
egg,
restoration.
so it's not vegan.
Egg
white.
We're like two puzzle pieces floating in the universe, and we're lucky to see how we're connected to all these other puzzle pieces floating in the universe.
What happens when they're connected?
I don't remember.
It shows a bigger picture, I think you said. It was like to a next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in that section over here.
Oh, so what's the meaning?
It was friends making it together in the shape of a circle.
But what was before the path? It was just dirt.
It was just
Mhm.
mud from
So
people
there-
walking.
So there was no path. There was no.
There
like-
was an informal path, but it was mud.
Yeah, it was a
Wait,
goat
for the
path.
side side path or the main path?
The side path.
Where were the materials from?
We found them down the road. We picked them up with a rolly thing.
Did they need to be shaped or just as is you put them down?
They were bricks.
We dug a trench and put them in. Yeah.
Well, Liam, why don't you tell the story of the house down the street?
Oh, Monster House?
Yeah, Monster House.
That was weird. There was a halfway house down the street, and we knew one guy who lived there informally, and he was like our clue when the place mysteriously burnt down, as in there were minimum 4 fire trucks on Brunswick, but no smoke to be seen. We were like, why is there all this commotion at the halfway house? And then, so then we saw our friend. He was like, yeah, everyone's been evicted. And then, so a few days later, me and 2 other people who lived here at the time, we decided to go explore it and see what the damage was. And so we went, and by this point it had been fenced off. Like, I think someone had actually purchased it from the city of Toronto, and they were going to be remodeling it into whatever, apartments. And so we had to like sneak in through a fence, and we had candles for light, and we were walking through the house, and we didn't see fire damage except in one small area in the back. The inside of the house was fine, but it had already was in the process of being remodeled and gutted. And so we're on the 3rd floor, and we we looked out the window, we saw there was a cop car parked outside, and we were like, fuck.
How many ghosts did you see?
How many ghosts?
Yeah.
We didn't see any ghosts.
Uh-oh.
Any creakings this year?
Yeah, it was a pretty creepy house. But then, all of a sudden, we hear 2 cops, and they're like pointing guns at our heads from the stairwell, and they're like, hey, you guys, I don't know, put your hands in the air. And then we're like, what? Who are you? What's going on? We're just in a house. What's wrong with you? And the one cop was like, hey, do you guys want to die tonight with bullets through your heads? Anyway, so long story short, we were arrested. And then I stole a pair of their handcuffs.
Yes!
How did you manage to steal the handcuffs? Was it at the shop?
So, no, because they didn't even really arrest us. They just gave us tickets in the end, but they had us in the back of the cruiser. And I demanded that they call their superior officer, because there was no reason for them to be arresting us. And they were being really violent to us, too. They were shaking us and stuff. And they were really young. So I was like, hey, who's your superior officer? Get them down here right now. We want to talk to them. We're not going anywhere. And then, so they actually called this woman, and she came down, and she was like, what's going on here? And we were like, we haven't committed any crimes, you know. We don't want to be taken downtown. This is stupid. And so then she like argued with them for a while, and in the process I took my handcuffs off because
yes, you do.
When they put them on, I like kind of, I don't know, maybe tried to expand my hands in a way that they would think they were clasping them on properly, but they weren't. And so I took them off and put them in my pocket, and then they eventually like let us go, and we walked home. And a few hours later, the cops called me, and they were like, hey, did we accidentally leave a pair of handcuffs with you? And I was like, I don't know. Who is this? And then they came, they were like, listen, we just need our handcuffs back. Like, this is a really huge deal. We could get in major shit for this. And then I was like, well, will you rip up our tickets? Because they're stupid, and you guys shouldn't have given them to us. And so they met me outside, and they didn't know. I'd given them a fake address, so I had to, like, pretend that I was coming from down the street. I was like, They're like, can we meet you outside your house on Walmer Ave? I was like, no, meet me at the corner of Brunswick. And so they met me here at the corner, and I come jogging out with the handcuffs. And then the cop, like, does this big, like, epic deal of ripping up the tickets and, like, throwing them. And I was like, well, you had our fake names anyway, so it's not really a huge deal. Like, I'm totally doing you a favor. But they got their handcuffs. I regretted it later.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, Monster House.
That's a great story.
I remember like stepping into this house and seeing all the color and seeing like all these open doors and open rooms that we shared, and I was like, this is what I thought a co-op should be. And it was a really great 3 years of my life, and I would say that probably some of the best friends I've made throughout all these years have come from Toad Lane, and I'm always in touch with them and always happy to hear someone drop me a line or run into each other. I have really, really fond memories from this house and made some great friends here. We had some good times. I don't know. I love Toad Lane.
It was amazing.
Yeah. For 29 Mondays.
in that package with the album, there was this big apology letter explaining how they had not done their house chores for like a year, because the promise was that they would make a photo album to engrave the history of Toad Lane and keep it alive for the future generations. And it had been like, I don't know, some like 15 years or 10 years later, and they still hadn't. And out of absolute guilt, they did it and nailed it.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Dedication. Well, this is going to end somehow. So, from all of us here at Toad Lane, that's the night. That's our country.
What does Ron Burgundy say? Keep it real, San Diego?
Keep it real, San Diego.
That's not what he said. What did he say?
Back to the studio.
If there was a way, if there was a reason, I'd stay. Because what I need is in the arms and the faces I see every day. If there was a care, if there was an inkling of faith in the way life could be, I'd put my hope in the home where my heart is. And don't it always seem to go that you don't know, no, you don't know what you've got till you go in. Because $1.25 just ain't worth the admission price of what we know should be free. That's why we're busy unpaving paradise piece by piece. If there was a time, if there were moments that stand in my mind of you, I'd be held up by these ticking hands. If there was a place, if ever I could carry a space in these bags, I'd be folding and packing the distance I put under my feet. And don't it always seem to go that you don't know, no, you don't know what you've got till you're going. Because $1.25 just ain't worth the admission price of what we know should be free. And that's why we're busy unpaving paradise piece by piece. If there was a thought, if there was a thanks I could give to you, it would be 44 degrees north along these lines of gratitude. And don't it always seem to go, you don't know, no, you don't know what you've got. And don't it always seem to go, but you don't know, no, you don't know what you've got till you let it in your heart.
This is tearing out the old stuff in place for the new.